South America is by many seen as the least well represented continent in Planet Zoo. Especially the lack of monkeys and birds for this biodiverse part of the world is hard to ignore. Therefore it's important not to miss out on any of the inclusions we actually do have for this continent. Today I'll guide you to every DLC you need for Planet Zoo to get all the South American species in this game, and also just quickly speculate about what could be next when it comes to South American animals. If you already own all the DLCs, you can also just watch this video as a fun nostalgic trip through the DLCs over the years. There's a lot to cover here. The base game is of course essential, and here we'll also notice the absence of South American animals, at least for the habitats. Here we got the Baird's tapir and the Galapagos giant tortoise. Although last year things got a little better for the base game with the addition of the colored peccary as our anniversary animal. Sadly the console players haven't seen this inclusion yet. And while the base game didn't do well for habitat animals for this part of the world, South America did do much better in the exhibit boxes. Here you'll find reptiles in form of boa constrictor, green iguana, yellow anaconda, and let us just mention the Antillean iguana, though technically they don't come from South America. We got a few amphibians in form of the golden poison frog and Lehman's poison frog. Then a bunch of invertebrates, which are Amazonian giant centipede, Brazilian salmon pink tarantula,
Brazilian wandering spider, live earth eater,
and for whatever reason, the Titan beetle. So if you wonder where the South American animals are in the base game, look in the box. Moving on from the base game, we got Deluxe. None of these three animals are South American, so don't be sad if you missed out on them on console edition. Not so surprising, the Arctic Pack doesn't have any South American animals, but the South America pack is of course a different story. Everything here is from this continent, even though a few of these animals barely goes into the area. The 5 animals in the pack are giant anteater, llama, jaguar, red-eyed tree frog, and the game's only monkey for this continent, a continent that is otherwise very well known for its monkeys, and that is the Colombian white-faced capuchin monkey. Long name. We can then completely skip the Australia pack, for obvious reasons. But something you don't want to skip is the subscribe button. The Aquatic Pack did quite well for South America with the giant otter and Cuvier's dwarf caiman. Some will consider the king penguin South American too, and some won't. It doesn't really matter too much since you need this pack no matter what. Moving on, we can skip the first half of 2021 with the Southeast Asia Animal Pack and Africa Pack. The North America Animal Pack got one animal with a range big enough to also cover South America. This is the cougar, so you'll need this pack too. We can then skip the Europe pack and instead jump into 2022. The Wetlands Animal Pack was a welcome little boost to South America with one of its most popular animals, the capybara, as well as the not so popular animal, the spectacled caiman. And Frontier didn't want to conserve anything from South America in the conservation pack. And then we can jump to Twilight Pack. The common raccoon's range is a bit on the edge of South America, but most sources only seem to consider it as covering Central America, so I'll not include it. Let me know if you disagree. Perhaps we get the Coati before support, since instead is the member of this family we want for this continent, right? I'll talk more about the Coati at the end of the video. Grasslands Animal Pack was good to us since it got the 9-band armadillo and maned wolf, and we also got to look at the butterflies since 3 of these are also to be found in parts of South America. Well done, Grasslands. With a name like Tropical Pack, you expect it to do wonders for South America, but all we got was a brown-throated sloth, so to many this theme wasn't really used in the right way. The rest of 2023 was just about kicking a continent that is already laying down, with the Arid Animal Pack, Oceania Pack and Eurasia Animal Pack, all being a big fat 0 for South America. And then we ended all with the Barnyard Animal Pack, and here we got the alpaca. Take it or leave it. So if you want everything that covers South America, big and small, these are the packs you need.
South America Pack, Aquatic Pack, North America Animal Pack, Wetlands Animal Pack, Grasslands Animal Pack,
Tropical Pack, and then the Barnyard Animal Pack. But could there be more on its way for South America? We know we at least got one animal pack left before support's end. The theme of it we can only speculate about, but a mixed bundle seems likely. If that is the case, I would be surprised if we don't end up with a few more South American animals. If you want to guess something right, guessing for a species of Carnivoran is a safe bet. Here the Coati feels the most likely to me, being both a very popular choice, but also an option that stands out among our other mammal species for this continent. I expect it to be be the South American Coati, but white-nosed Coati is also not unlikely. And knowing Frontier, they might not just stick to one Carnivoran. The spectacled bear would be an easy inclusion that is at least popular with part of the community, and the same can be said about the ocelot, but they could also choose another small cat here. Looking at the history of Planet Zoo DLCs, I would be very surprised if not at least one of these 3 mentioned species make it into the game. 2 of them making it in also doesn't seem unlikely to me. But what we truly need for South America is monkeys and birds. I think the most likely monkey for us to see before support sends is a species of baboon, which of course is not from South America. This makes the chances of a South American monkey smaller. Frontier note that they are very wanted, so it's not impossible that we might for once see a pack with more than one monkey. A species of howler monkey is probably the monkey I would expect the most from South America. When it comes to birds, the rhea feels the most likely, simply because it is among the easier choices to do. The same can be said about a second species of flamingo, but I think Frontier would pick the rhea over it in this case, and I don't see them do both in one pack. If we do get an anniversary animal, one of these might have a chance here as well. The inclusion of the swan in the Eurasia pack gives a bit of hope for another waterfowl or maybe even a pelican. Here there are plenty of options for South America, but I do think Frontier is more likely to choose species from a different part of the world for these kinds of birds. So if we don't get the rhea, I do really fear Planet Zoo ends up without a single species of South American bird. Though if we look at the exhibits, maybe South American birds got a chance here. Of course macaws are among the most wanted bird for this game, but I just don't see that happening. I'm more likely to think Frontier would try out the walkthrough exhibit for something like hummingbirds. This might be our best chance for South American birds in the exhibit system. Another animal I could see happening in the exhibit in a final pack is the two-toed sloth, simply because a lot of people wanted that one over the one we got, a bit like the Siamang gibbon situation. This was a quick cover of the packs where you can find the South American animals in Planet Zoo, as well as a quick talk about what we might be able to expect of the potentially last pack. I hope this made it a bit easier for you to plan which pack to get next, in case you don't have them all already. And if you are more interested in Australia, check out this video next, and don't forget to like this video before you jump onto the next one. Thank you for stopping by.